The calm before the storm, some Nurburgring laps in the Toyota Auris. No, I'm kidding. We are, of course, here at the Green Hell in the Eifel Mountains with the GT Black Series. The 296 GTS is tucked in behind, but today is carnage with the Zenvo. Turbo Transport has brought my Zenvo TSR-S from the factory in Praesto, where I recently took it out for a drive into Copenhagen to Classic Car House, here to Germany, not to drive some laps. I'll talk about that later on. But what we are going to do is head over to, well, firstly go and unload it from the trailer. Secondly, go to visit Misha and his new venture, Vulcan Alpha. We're going to go and take a look at what he's got set up. And thirdly, just take in the carnage of Easter weekend here at the Nurburgring. At this point in time, this car has been around again, had a good few laps here. It is utterly filthy. What hasn't been around yet is the 296 GTS, and rest assured, it is going to be doing some laps. That will come soon. I'm intrigued to see what this is going to be like, but of course, all the Shmeemobiles at some point do drive a lap. There is one perhaps exception, certainly this weekend, specifically because this weekend, which we did last year also with the Zenvo, which we'll touch on a little bit later on. Well, it appears the storm is arriving sooner than we expected, and that could have gone very wrong, but you know how much I love my brightly coloured cars. We've got the Solar Moon GT Black Series, we've got the Rosso Dino 296, and very shortly we will have them with the Lila Perlamore Zenvo, the three Shmeemobiles here together in Germany for the Car Freitag and Easter weekend and everything that's going on. But we're going to go for a drive around and see what we spot, namely, it's the motherland of the GT3 RS. There are tons of them about, plus Ferraris, McLarens, Lamborghinis, who knows what other supercars. Meanwhile, driving out with these, so let's do it. Hi guys, I'm Shmee, hello, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to the Nurburgring. It's always a bit of a squeeze with Ferrari doors, because they're quite awkward, but we're in. So, I think, given we are Brits on tour, the only right thing to do here is to open the roof, which is that way. I think, I hope. Have I done it right? Yes. It's funny when you swap between cars. So we can open this up, even though it's cold, because that's just the way we do it out here. And then we're gonna need the GT Black Series started. Right on cue. Mr. Turbo Transport is driving that right now. So we could start silently, or we could go into performance mode and start it. Not bad, actually. Not bad. So, this is still in miles per hour, which is kind of funny. The cold start of this thing sounds amazing. Lift system up because of the driveways that we have here. Two very different cars. And obviously the thing is, the Black Series is such a focused, hardcore track car that comparatively, this pretty focused Ferrari is actually quite a soft car. It's road specification. I have the regular setup, not the Assetto Fiorano. But the V6 sounds good, as does that car's V8 Burble. Well, we make our way out from here to go to, I guess we're going to the boulevard. Head to the Nurburgring Boulevard and see what kind of pandemonium unfolds in front of us. On the right there is the Saturn Cruise M3 Touring. And they're also out here with the Dallara D50, which maybe we will check out a little bit later on. But talking about M3 Tourings, there are loads of those things around. In fact, is that another one? That is literally another one right there from Poland. They are very, very, very popular in these parts. But we shall head this way, past all of the trailers and things, and go figure out where we're headed and what's coming next. The calm before the storm. It's now started drizzling, and we still have the roof down. We're gonna brave this as long as we can. Actually, hybrid. Do you know what? This is where we go past everybody that's here and we just do it in full electric mode just because we can. Although the GT Black Series is kind of, yep, I got some raindrops on my face just there. Oh dear, Nurburgring things. Actually, full electric in here is surprisingly good. It drives well. Like, if I put my foot down, it's not as fast as the SF90, but it's quite fun to drive an electric convertible sports car, although it just feels a little bit weird, and I kind of prefer it if I press the magic button there. Wait for it, there we go. Engine running, road is open. This car is now run in. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to get it out here, was that it's run in, it's ready to be driven. We want to have some fun with it. That's what I bought it for, right? I was kind of hoping we might find Adam C somewhere, lurking, waiting. There's GT4 RSs, tons of cars queuing to get some fuel, GT3 RSs, bang on queue, M cars, all of that good stuff. Hatches, quite a long queue actually right now. Good thing we've got a pretty full tank, because if we were going to go out on track, we would kind of want that. What is happening behind the Black Series there? I don't know if that guy is like making a video or what exactly. Oh well. I am genuinely amazed that a lot of the traffic seems to have gone, but we're going to pull off and just head to the paddock area in here, which is where you go through towards the GP track. Maybe this is literally the calm before the storm, because I think everyone knows that really bad weather is coming. Ooh, that was a nice little pop. This car has started making some really cool sounds. These two are looking good together. I suppose we're going to pop the roof back down. We've just had something to munch, which is always good. Make sure we're not completely forgetting. But yeah, 296 time. Let's continue onwards from here. Obviously, roof back down. I mean, it's only raining a little bit, right? I haven't done the roof down convertible driving thing for a while. But why not? If we pretend it's sunny, the sun might come back out. Otherwise, it's going to get very, very, very grim. I think that's more likely today, to be totally honest. But, it's fun either way. It's fun either way. I completely just missed that behind Tony back there is another GT Black Series. I don't know if you can see that, but I didn't see it at the time. I was too busy watching the traffic. Black with some orange accents. Told you we'd see another one around somewhere because it's a good car for here. It's a very, very good car to drive around here. Well, on the Nordschleife, not here in the traffic jam. GT3 RS, nice. Ooh, brave spec, red wheels on blue. And a GT4 RS, white with gold wheels. In the line on the left, sorry it's hard to see, there is a yellow new Supra. And then a little bit further behind, along with some other JDMs, GTRs, is a yellow older Supra, 4th and 5th gens. And the road layout here forces you to go up and down and take a longer than you want to route. What's coming towards us? Is that a Lambo? I can't really see, it's too far away. Gallardo with a body kit maybe all the way over there? Something like that, the orange car in the distance. The plan then, given how we carefully parked this, is to make sure we have enough room behind for Mr. Tony to help us open this up, which I'm assuming is locked right now. Locked for the time being. And then we pull out what's inside. Tony has been on a run to Denmark.
Yep.
Another one.
Another one.
You've been there a few times. In fact, last year we actually did the journey together. This year, you brought it here. I don't know, because I saw it in Denmark when I drove it there.
Are you ready?
Yeah, is it still here? Yes, it's still here! It's a long old journey. Whoop, wind catching that. From Praesto here to Nurburg. What is it? It's like 1,000 kilometers or something.
1,000 kilometers. Depending on where you start.
Yeah, you take the ferry across.
I take the ferry across.
So it's like 800 maybe. Yeah. It's a long distance either way. Let's get out though.
Yeah, let's get rid of it.
Yeah, we'll get the car out because we're going to be heading over in a minute to Vulcan Alpha, and obviously we're going to take this, which means we need to leave a car here. So we'll probably leave the 296 here, take this and the GT Black Series, and get poured on because the bad weather is coming, as we know. The thing is, this is where I wouldn't be careful enough. Stuff like carbon fiber wheels. Never underestimate the value of these and how much you do not want to damage one of these. Yeah, it's actually back because we had this car here last year for the same weekend last year, although it had been in the UK, so it came out for it. This time around, one of the reasons, as I said when I was in Denmark with the car, that I didn't bring it over to the UK after the service like 2 months ago is because it made sense to keep it there until we would bring it here. We kind of planned that in advance and just do this as a bit of a stop off on the way home. But I guess quite shortly I'll be able to step in, get this beast fired up, and go pull it out the trailer and get ready for what's coming next. It's getting really, really windy. I remembered to give this a full tank of fuel. I'm actually impressed by myself. And we have now, look at this, into the odometer, 6,395 kilometers. Another Shmeemobile driven as intended, used properly. I think it's important. I think it's what cars like this are for. They need to be used. You need to
understand what they're about, what the point of them is. It gives like a whole different dimension to the drive. So we'll do a bit of a shuffle around, and pull this forward, pull that back, and get ready to go drive.
Safe to say, you park that car somewhere, it draws a crowd. Look at the number of people. It's been out for like a minute or two, and we made a little gathering before the actual gathering that we're going to go and do. Anyway, causing chaos, being part of the pandemonium, that's half the fun, right? That's half of what today is about, just enjoying cars. GT4-S coming through as well. Very jealous, as you guys know. I would love a GT4-S, and I might have a bit of a story about a GT4-S. It's time to drive this here again. It was a lot sunnier, warm and lovelier when we were here last year. But the Zenvo is rocking and rolling. It is quite the thing, this. It's about the experience. It's about driving it to just have a crazy, crazy, crazy experience. That's the best way to describe it. So, lift back up, into drive. Actually, before that, I'll slightly move my seat forwards. I'm transporting and getting in and out of the trailer. And then, look at the number of people here. The number of people to the side and all around us. And there's a Black Series there. So, let us head out. I don't know if we're going to be able to head out. The path here is looking a little bit busy, but we'll see what we can do. At the moment, I can't get through there. That's kind of funny. People have held back to let us go through. It's like a cheat code to get through the traffic jams. Come in a car like this. It is funny because this is about as unsuitable as you can get for driving somewhere like the Nurburgring Nordschleife. But for just being here at the event, you know, driving down the boulevard past the sign, it's such a like crazy thing that brings the excitement of it. Like, I couldn't drive this around the track in the way I drive the GT Black Series. The value, the power, I'll talk more about it later. But for being here with it, it's just silly. It's just absolutely silly. I have no better way to describe it. Spot in the rearview mirror, there's a rather lovely AMG GT Black Series back there. Looking very nice. GT3-RS. There are so many new GT3-RSs around. Like, we've only filmed a fraction of the number of cars we've seen. Look, when you come past, people just camera phones jump out. Unsurprisingly, some more petrol station madness and some more GT3-RSs. Obviously 901s and lots of M2s. Green is nice. Oh, another GT3-RS. I know my timing of this isn't great. The two times I've been here to the Nordschleife or to the Nurburgring with the Zenvo, it's been like this. And I've come this way knowing we're sitting in a bit of traffic jam because I want to show you. Look over towards the Dottinger Höhe to our left. Hey, there's a 720S just there. That is a massive traffic jam to exit. With a car like this, the fact that there are so many cars around is exactly why I haven't yet done a lap. If I'm here at a track day and it's completely empty or I can get some kind of private time, I'll drive this around. I'm not scared of doing it on my own terms. But there's a lot of oil spills out there, and trust me, there's a lot of crazy driving out there. Having done some laps in the GT Black Series, it's not a risk I can take with this car. Now, don't get me wrong, if I was to have a fender bender in the GT Black Series, I would be very unhappy about it because it would be a complete mess. But if I had a fender bender in this car, look, M3 Touring, told you, they're everywhere, it would be a total disaster. It would be absolutely catastrophic. It's not something I can chance. And it's not that I'm worried about myself, it's that I'm worried about someone else seeing a Zenvo on the Nürburgring and doing something stupid. Because trust me, when you come here in a supercar, something that stands out, people do the most bizarre things. And we've seen it with my cars, like people just driving around us or being fixated in their rearview mirror, and it's not something I can risk. I can't afford to risk it. It's too special. If something happens to this, it's off the road for a year or it's game over. So combine the massive traffic jams on the exit and for the entry with the general chance of just something potentially happening. And while the risk percentage is like, maybe it's 1% instead of 0.1%, it's more than I'm happy to chance. So basically I need to line it up that there's a good time to come and do this when I can ship the car out for a track day. That's the time to do it, not during Car Freitag at the Easter weekend. I talked about this before, but it's really and truly like
It sounds silly, but give me any other car. I mean, literally today, by the way, I've done 5 laps in the GT Black Series today. Like, I'm not afraid of going to drive it, just not with this car. It's too precious, it's too valuable, it's too special, and I'm too much of a wuss to take that chance. So, not going to do it, not with this car. It is quite funny though, how everybody's like, what is that? What's going on? And all the cameras come out. Amazing. It's a lot of fun just having it here. That's a big part of it. It's a lot of fun. A nice satin SLS. I'm not actually sure what colour that is. Kind of a satin bronze, slightly brown SLS, but looks good. Very nice. Mutual exchange of thumbs up. There's a lot of that. I feel like you see so many of the same cars just driving in different directions as we now head up the hill towards Vulcan Alpha. So if you're not familiar with this already, Misha has created with some of his friends that you'll know from his channel, a new venture, a new engineering business effectively called Vulcan Alpha, that I think will be best to find out all about it from the man himself. And we're heading up for a bit of a meet and greet and a bit of a look around. So we come up through towards town, castle up on the top of the hill in front of us, and go catch up with Misha and see what he's up to, find out more about it all. We are heading down the hill, down here, towards, up the bumps, towards Vulcan Alpha. So, not entirely sure where we're going to put this, but we'll figure it out. Bring it round, and pop it right in the middle, I guess. Look who it is!
Hello, hello.
It's good to be here.
Good seeing you again in a
new time, new logos, new era.
New era, something new. Decided to open up something new to shake up the automotive world.
So at the moment, I've only said that you are doing interesting new engineering things.
Yes.
And I've left it very vague. We do need to go in and have a look around.
Let's go have a look. I'll show you what we're doing.
For a bit of a tour here at Vulcan Alpha.
Yes, so we open up a new company. We open up actually 2 new companies, but today we're going to talk about one. The other one is more like project management, track days organization, track walks that you couldn't attend, unfortunately.
No, you did it the other day, but I was all over the place.
Yeah, exactly. But this is Vulcan Alpha. This is our little engineering dream. So it's not going to be a traditional workshop where you can come for an oil change or like brake pad change. We'll be doing things such as 3D scanning. We're already doing. So the car comes in with 3D scan.
Which is actually epic.
We 3D print. So let me give you some practical examples. By the way, we're here for 6 weeks. We're still like setting up the place.
But you know what I got to say? Having set up a big space, obviously the museum, to have put together everything you've put together in 6 weeks is insane.
I think, thank you very much. We had some very good partners, but so we have here a very big 3D printer, Big Rep 1.4. It can print up to 1 cubic meter of printing volume. So you can do things such as fenders or even prototyping of certain parts.
A meter cube, like...
Yeah, a meter,
make a
yes.
big thing.
Massive, really. I'll show you later practical examples. We have here also resin printers, so you can do more fine-tuned, like high-resolution stuff. So we have here, for example, this actually being cured right now, but this is the other part.
Yeah.
I'll give you some practical examples so people understand what you could use it for. So this is a valve or engine cover for a Mitsubishi Evo engine, but the top is from a Lancia Delta, because the owner has a Mitsubishi Evo engine in a Lancia Delta. So he made a different cover, but before he's going to CNC it, he needs a prototype to see if it fits, if it looks good. So this costs roughly 300 euros, and then when it's complete, he goes and CNCs it. Or another example, we have here our Opel Speedster. We installed the oil cooler, we scanned the environment, we 3D printed the air duct for the oil cooler, we 3D printed with the resin printer, the mounts, and everything was done from 0 to functional thing within 6 hours. So scanning, printing, and you can have things such as even brake duct cooling or anything you want. But let's go look at some crazier stuff.
This is like, I mean, it must be so fun because your imagination, it was down to your imagination, right?
Exactly.
Creativity, you just think about something and try it.
Exactly. So that's our motion sim as well, Novus X Motion. We have motion, we have also active pedal that can simulate ABS, so when you break into ABS. So that's good for me for training, of course. But in the future, we want to also test our products in the sim, because nowadays that's how sophisticated it is. Or you can come with your car, we can 3D scan it, and we can put it in the Assetto Corsa, for example. So you can like have
the equipment to do that.
Yeah, we can do that. So that could be like, and we can already like tune it, balance, but that's something like really in the future.
Yeah,
Now-
I'm jealous of this. This
Yes.
is a mega sim setup.
You should go later on and see. We'll put you on it so you can see. Now here comes the fun part.
Yeah.
So we have here, we will also be doing brakes. So this is the brake kit for our Opel Speedster.
Yep.
But we can do also carbon ceramics. So this is for Porsche, for example.
Yeah.
This disc costs around 4,500 euros.
Yeah.
If you know the Porsche prices.
Yeah.
This is.
Can you do a GT Black Series disc?
We can probably.
We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about it.
I mean, 50,000 kilometers, they're
Yeah.
getting low.
Our specialty is also going to be aerodynamics.
Yeah.
Because Lapo, my business partner, his main specialty is aerodynamics. He's an aerodynamic design engineer.
Yeah.
So we will have something small. Well, not really this small. This is just a prototype to show you how thick it is. It's going to be 120 mil. And this could be like tube approved, etc., etc. You can go somewhere in between. So a bit bigger,
Yeah.
or you can go for a 320 element wing,
Yeah.
which is really big. This is also, everything is 3D printed. Again, this is just for prototype to see
Yeah.
how it looks. And then eventually, so this could be the size of 320, which will be made out of carbon fiber. And if it's not big enough, we have here the end plate of
Yeah, got it.
the big one
Yeah.
with a DRS element.
Okay.
So it could be dual element with an optionally functional DRS. This is currently, we received those prototype end plates yesterday.
Yeah.
So we have this, we have also the matte version, and we are now, in the next 2 months, we should have the actual final design with the DRS. I think we should show him the DRS version.
Show it when you're on the PC.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We're
Here
coming.
we have something crazy to show what we actually can do, what we've been working. It's a project car of ours that we have also built over the last couple of weeks and months. So this started life as a Nissan S13. It has now a VK56 engine in it, a V8. But the most interesting part is the all suspension, everything has been completely redesigned. So we have double wishbone front suspension that you all know from a 992. If you'll be like, I mean, it has been popularized by the Porsche drivers because they have a double wishbone front suspension, but also the brake discs or the calipers have been lowered for their lowest central point of gravity. The wheel hubs that you can see here have been completely designed by us and
really?
made. Yeah, so this is in-house designed. Fabricated at this point elsewhere, but the design comes from us, so everything CAD, we will show you the drawings that we made. So it's made to be sturdy, to be also lightweight, but also to offer brake cooling.
Yeah.
Sway bars designed from us, the exhaust as well. This, we didn't have our logo finished yet, so we have Lapo's name on it. This is the prototype, but the intake will be
this is like Project Car #1?
So, well, one of a few. We have a Urus right now in the works for a US customer. We might have something for Australia going on. We're actually going worldwide, I would say.
That's
but
cool.
the goal with this is to have a World Time Attack competing car in for the next 2 years. So the car should be rolling by September. And then over the winter we'll design the full aero kit for it. And then next year we'll start competing the Italian Time Attack Championship. Eventually European here at the Nurburgring, and hopefully we'll get an invite when we're good enough for the World Time Attack Championship.
That's cool.
Yeah, did I say everything kind of more or less?
Yes.
I think more or less. So yeah.
How's it going, by the way?
Yeah. So yeah, 3D scanning, 3D printing. We can also 3D print metals, not in-house yet. In the future, but we have partners. We have actually even 3D printed titanium brake calipers. We don't have them here today, but lots of. The only limitation is your imagination. And well, if you're limited by TÜV, we can make something there as well. But as you can see, our customers come from.
Yeah, it's already a couple of weeks in. Have US, Australia.
Yes, Italy.
That's incredible. That's crazy.
Indeed. So yeah, lots of crazy stuff.
It's
So
also
maybe
like the power of social media, the power of your marketing, the
as
power
well,
of like
as
your
well,
experience.
and his brains mostly.
And his brains.
His brains, exactly. So we can. Hopefully, we can maybe do something for you as well.
Be cool. We've got to let our imagination run wild and come up with
exactly.
something.
Maybe should we show him the DRS stuff?
I'm gonna actuate the DRS so as the, let's say, GT3 mechanism.
Yeah.
It's of course different. It's bespoke for our application. But let me animate it. You can see that is actually functioning.
Whoa.
So it goes from creating 700 kilos, 7,000 newtons of downforce at 300 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
When the second element is fully closed, to around 300 when it's fully opened. So it's actually a pretty big difference. It's a 4,000 newton downforce difference between open and closed.
But even winding back a step, right?
Yeah.
The fact that you can model this and create that digitally and test it and see what works and what doesn't work.
That's the beauty about CAD modeling, like testing, is that you can test everything before even going into production. So we know it's going to work. We know the CFD analysis is going to work. I can actually open it like in a second, and you can actually, before even thinking of producing it, you know it works, or it should work.
Whether you're wasting your time or not.
Yeah, exactly. So we already have ordered all the actuators. So this is the actuator.
Yeah.
And, so it's going to be a CO2 activated DRS wing. Porsche does with hydraulics, but I think for our application, the CO2, it's more versatile because you can package it in a really small footprint, and it can be modular for all applications. And if you want to see the full wing, this is what it's going to be without the DRS. So you see 160 single element on top, and then the 320 underneath.
Yeah.
Our bespoke prototype of an end plate, which is called how it's called, Misha?
Fusilli.
The Fusillo end plate.
Yeah.
Because if you look at from the front, you see it has a bespoke shape.
Yeah.
We're still testing it, so we'll see
how that works.
It's really good. It's working really good on the CFD analysis on the PC, but I also want to test it.
Yeah.
So you guys can order it. With a straight one or with a prototype.
Got it. That's really cool. That's amazing to see, like, the kind of things.
Yeah, and by the way, the suspension that you saw on the Nissan is fully modeled, so you can see all the parts that has been modeled and designed.
Yeah.
You have them right here. This is the front suspension.
Yeah,
you can see the upright. You can see the blade type sway bar, and if you got the back, same situation.
Clever stuff.
The suspension all can be let's say actuated to see if you have problems with hitting within.
You start by scanning it all, right? So everything has to be scanned. Work out where all the fixing points, etc.
Exactly.
are, and the space you have. Packaging.
Exactly. Yeah. The same with the front bumper. So.
Oh yeah, the RS project.
Exactly. So this is still in the making. At this moment, you have a fully integrated bumper for this client of ours from the States, and you have wear pads, front wheels, everything. It's integrated with all the sensors.
Yeah.
Front camera, we added infrared lights because the Urus has an infrared camera at the front.
Yeah.
And we added 2 more infrared lights so you can have even more view at night.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing that's really fun, right? Because you can kind of let the ideas flow, come up with it,
Exactly.
test it, engineer it, make it, test it, and ultimately that's going to exist.
Yeah, and as you can see, these 2 ones are the infrared ones, and the one there's 4 10-inch LED ones integrated in the bumper, so you don't. Because I know it's a styling point. Because I do design and also engineering, design is also important. I didn't want the, Baja lights out like round ones. I want like sleek design, so everything is integrated inside the, let's say, bumper. I don't know what you would call it.
A new display.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is one of the first tests because it takes a lot of time to open a file. So only this file is quite heavy. So for time management. This is one of the first tests on the dual element wing with the Fusilli, still to be named end plate, and it's doing great. So this is a simple test, and it created 7,000 newtons of downforce at 300. So pretty.
See exactly what it's doing.
Yeah. So you can see all the pressures and pressure distribution, and these are the particles visualization, but you can do lines, and it's pretty.
Yeah, it's clever when you start digging into all this stuff.
Yeah.
What you can learn from it.
To be honest, and it's pretty simple to use, even though it looks intimidating. Something that anyone really, if it wants to, can just read a book. And you can actually.
You're not supposed to say that. You're supposed to say it's really complex. You have to be a genius.
I prefer to be straightforward. It is complex, but it's something that if someone wants to and it has the will, he can actually learn it. So.
Are you sure? Is that true?
I want to learn. I don't have the time.
Well, it's impressive to watch.
Yeah,
It's
but
really
for the
impressive.
enthusiasts, it's something you guys can like learn. So
Cool. Back out of the office.
Back out
Back
the
to
office.
the world of the
Yeah.
event and everything happening.
We're gonna put you in the sim in a bit, I guess,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so we can show some
Squeeze back out
B-roll.
in a second. Oh, it got
Yeah.
quite busy here.
Yeah, but this is in short what we are, what we're planning. Like I said, we literally got the keys to the workshop 6 weeks ago, so we're still with a lot of prototyping, lots of development. The plans are big. We want to offer universal products for people, but also lots of custom stuff that's not even existing yet.
Yeah.
And with today's technology of 3D scanning, 3D printing, whether it's in the PLA or resin or even metals or titanium, everything is possible. I'm sure Zenvo utilizes lots of that technology.
I'm sure.
But that's how it always works. It goes from hypercars, or from Formula One to hypercars,
Yeah,
and goes
yeah,
to
yeah.
the masses. And it's cool that we are able to bring these kind of technologies, make them more available.
You're now part of that kind of process, that chain.
More or less. I mean,
Bring
I've been working with Mate Rimac, and I'm inspired a lot by him, by his thinking. He started in a small garage with the E30. We
Yeah.
started with the Opel Speedster. Who knows where we're gonna be in 10 years? You know?
Yeah, that's crazy when you think about it.
I think that's I have big plans, big ambitions, and people who have been following me, they know that we like to go forward.
Yeah.
And who knows where we're gonna be? So,
Dude, it's absolutely epic.
thank you so much.
Big congrats on what you've achieved already, and this is going to be a cool journey to follow.
Yeah, I
Really,
hope
really
that
cool.
we can build something for you together. We've been talking already a bit.
Yeah,
so
let's have that little chat.
let's see.
and
Let's do
where
that.
we go.
See you then. Yeah.
KTM. I drove one of these not all that long ago. Really cool experience. The new car, GTXR. But wait for the canopy to open, because that is probably the coolest bit. The moment you've got to see. Check that out. The Zenvo wing is cool, but that is like Batmobile-esque. The way it pivots forwards looks mega, and then the slightly cool way to climb out of it. Very nice. Alex, Satin crew, here with the Dallara D50. Oh yes, because driving with the doors up. It's actually kind of cool to have the Dallara and the KTM together, because obviously these are two, in many ways, competitors that serve the same kind of segment of car, full carbon body on here. Very dirty carbon body, because driven. Right, they're off with the M3 Touring and with the Dallara, but stay tuned, because we might have more coming with that. It is certainly an option on the cards. Green Hell Pancake is here. We're back in a minute. We're going out for a little drive around, so Tony's in the Black Series, we're in here, and we're gonna try and go up the hill, which is quite steep. Yep, even in here we got a little bit of wheel spin going on. Somebody's doing a lap in a multiplier, maybe. That would be brilliant if they are. And what's also quite funny is that probably some people here think that we might be about to do a lap, because we're right by the TF entrance in the Zenvo, and I hope they're not about to be disappointed. If those guys are doing a lap in a multiplier, that is genuinely amazing. He's like, go ahead. I'm like, have fun, guys. Enjoy. Absolutely love it. Oh, that is a traffic jam. Look at that. That's a car park. It's a 488 over there. That is a proper car park on the Nurburgring. GT4s, GR Yaris's. Oof, that's what I don't want to be in this. Okay, right, the road is about to open. And we can put the foot down in race mode. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Go. It's Adam C. Adam C with his funky hat. I guess that is going to be the end of today. We're going to wrap up what we're doing with the car, but the next place this is going is actually going to be Petrol Hedonism Underground on Saturday the 13th and Sunday the 14th of April in the United Kingdom, in Wembley. This is going to be there along with a host of the other Shmeemobiles, so I'll pop the link for tickets down below for that if you're in the United Kingdom and you'd like to come along and see the Zenvo. For this event though, what a crazy weekend. Great to come here, see Misha, see what the team have done here at Vulcan Alpha, to go out and drive this, to be around town with the GT Black Series and the 296 GTS, and just soak in all of the chaos and carnage of the weekend here at the Nurburgring in Germany. I think that's going to be it for this time. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. That's it for this time though, and I'll see you again very soon. Cheers.